everybody, welcome back to another speed build. I am just on a roll right now, so I'm just gonna ride this wave of creativity and see where it takes me. But we are back in Mount Komorebi on the... I am squinting so hard to read that lot, but I can't see it. You can probably see it better than I can when this video is actually out. The lot is always on the top left corner, so if you do want to place this in the world, that is where it is. But we are on the, I think it was the bar lot. And I want to say SimLissy created the lot that was originally on here, so I did have to bulldoze that again. I'm so sorry. I've seen a lot of these actually. A lot of creators have been doing sort of like Japanese streets with like a bar or a restaurant. This lot actually has a bar and a restaurant, and I left it as a restaurant lot type, but you can easily interchange them if you'd like. I really wish that we could have more than one lot type, and I don't think that's ever actually going to happen, so I'm not trying to get my hopes up, but I think it'd be really cool. So if anybody from the Sims team is watching this, please make that happen for at least The Sims 5. I don't know if there's some complicated reason as to why they can't do that, but I also feel like that's the excuse we always make for EA, and then like a mod or like a custom content creator will make something that we thought The Sims just couldn't do because it was physically impossible, and then it'll come out like a year later. So maybe not. But moving on, this is the bar lot. So this was like the main inspiration for this entire build, to be honest. I literally Googled like Japanese street bar and came up with tons of images of these like very busy alleyways in Japan that had bars that looked pretty similar to this, at least what I can mimic in The Sims. And I also do realize I placed a bunch of ketchup and mustard bottles. I know that that isn't the most accurate sauce for a Japanese world. I think those are the most American condiments I could have placed, but just imagine that those are not ketchup and mustard. And I also kind of envisioned that this building specifically would have been like a factory or something. I don't like a really small one, but that's kind of why it's a little more industrial than the other two that you'll see. And then this one that we are building now is the apartment building. I don't actually furnish anything in here. Well, actually I put a bathroom in because I realized the other two lots don't have bathrooms. Originally this was just gonna be a shell anyway, so I was like, oh perfect, I'll just put a bathroom in here. And originally when I first started building this, I kind of wanted to do a karaoke bar or like a karaoke room, I don't know. It doesn't end up happening just because I kind of went on a roll with the restaurant, so you could convert this building into like a karaoke lot if you wanted to. I feel like that would be like a fun activity to have on a lot like this, but yeah, I just kind of vetoed that idea and just moved on with the restaurant. But yeah, you also may notice that random folding chair from City Living that I just kind of placed in front of the apartment building. I just had this vision of an elderly Sim just like sitting there all day reading or just watching the river. I don't know. They probably live in the apartment, but also maybe not. And then I think I had like a paint can beside there too. Don't really know why. Maybe they're painting the building. I'm not really sure. But oh, and then here I was gonna try to add a bistro table, but it was just too small of a space. So yeah. I also would love to add that I think we got 3 new roofing types in this pack. It could be 2. I might be wrong, but I just feel like I remembered building this and being like, we got spoiled with like roofing. And they're both really nice. Maybe there's 3, I'm not sure, but I said this in my last video, I just think Build and Buy was just so well done, so kudos to the Sims team for that. Do I think that is worth the price of an expansion pack? Absolutely not. I still think this should have been a game pack, so still haven't really done gameplay. I did watch my Sim snowboard down the mountain on loop, like over and over again. That was very entertaining. Do I think I'll do it again? Probably not, but I think they did a good job with the animations with that. So now this building is the restaurant, which was originally supposed to be the karaoke bar, but yeah, it ends up being pretty small, sort of not fancy, but a little bit nicer than the bar. Yeah, Sushi Restaurant. I used most of the food items. I made like a custom menu for the restaurant, and I think I got all of the new food items in there. I might have missed a couple, I'm not really sure, but yeah, and then on the side there where those lights are, that's gonna be like an outdoor dining area, which we get the new picnic tables in, and those little string lights, which I think are really nice. I was gonna use the City Living ones because I like the height better. They're a little bit taller, but I thought, why not use the new stuff while we can? I love the picnic tables. I think the one, I noticed there's one in the world. This might actually be more than one area, but there's, in the world, like in the environment, they have the picnic tables with like the furry, like, is it a blanket? Yeah, like the furry blanket on the seat. I just thought that was kind of strange because I was like, why would that be just out in a public area? Like someone would definitely steal that, or I don't know, it just seemed kind of weird. There should have just been like a plain version of it, but yeah. So this area off to the side, I just really wanted to use platforms. We just got them, so I was like, oh, I wish I used them inside somewhere, but yeah, so I kind of just turned this into like a planter box area. I probably didn't need to use a platform, but I just think it kind of looks nice and adds a little bit of dimension to like the dead space otherwise. And then you'll notice in the back, there is an alleyway. I just used a bunch of debug items, and it's not too detailed, so I didn't include any footage of it. If you want to watch my, what's it called? The New York City block. I don't know, one of my recent builds, I did a fairly detailed alley. So if you want to see that, that is over on the channel as well. But moving on, this is the interior of the bar. This was kind of inspired by the trailer of Snowy Escape. I remember watching that, and there's one scene where I think called like the salary workers or something are going to the bar after work, and it just looked so bumpin', and it looked small and like crowded and super detailed, and I knew that wasn't actually going to be in the game, so I kind of wanted to recreate that for myself. So that's kind of what this is inspired by. I wanted it to feel a little bit more lively. I do really like the new bar that we got. I think it's really cool, and there's a lot of detail to it, so I think when it's used in like a small space, it looks really good. And then here I was just cluttering up with some paintings. These are all from City Living, I think. And then I was like, was that mountain maybe leaning like a hint that Snowy Escape was coming? But I was like, I feel like City Living came out so long ago that they probably didn't have that idea yet. Oh, and then I got to use the TV from Eco Lifestyle, and those tables are also from Eco Lifestyle in when you turn on the Show Hidden Objects cheat. I think those are ones you can find when you're dumpster diving. And those are all actually like Sims 1 objects, which I love. Because honestly, The Sims, you can get me with nostalgia. Anything to do with like The Sims 1 or The Sims 2, I am in. Like, I'm a sucker for it, so yeah. Moving on, this is the restaurant. As of right now, I have not playtested this, and this is the only one that I'm kind of worried about. I feel like it's a pretty cramped, so I hope there's no routing issues. I promise I will playtest before I upload, but yeah, I really like the way how it looks. I can't talk either, apparently. But I'm hoping there's no issues, so I don't have to change anything, but we shall see. I actually find in The Sims 4 that Sims can actually get around more stuff than I usually think they can. I remember like Sims 2 and 3 and 1, I think there was a lot more issues, so hopefully everything is fine. But we are pretty much coming to the end of this build. I think I just get some more decorative items, but this is basically the gist of it. As always, I will include some footage at the end of the interior. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you soon.